Hi, it's Linda with No Frills ASMR. I thought today we might talk a little bit about the flag of the United States of America and how to properly hang the flag and care for the flag. I started off this morning thinking about flags being half staff or half mast, and I was thinking of doing a video about that. And then realized we haven't even done the basics of the American flag. So, with the help of some vintage Boy Scout handbooks, because you guys who've listened know my husband was an Eagle Scout, and some other things I have around here, including my American flag, I thought we could just go over some basics about the American flag. So, let's start. Hold on, let me grab a prop. I found this old game called Great States. Test your knowledge of state landmarks, state locations, and state capitals. I actually pulled it out the other night to look at it, and my sons and I played it a little bit, but because I thought maybe on here I could ask some questions, but they're kind of not that exciting. Most of the questions were kind of boring. But one thing this game had I thought was pretty cool. It has, for one thing, this map. Hold on, let me open it. This map of the United States on one side. But then on the other side, what we're going to use today is this American flag, which I thought was pretty cool. Although a little dirty. I don't know why. We never played the game. So this is the flag of the United States of America. It is often known, well, it's called the Stars and Stripes. And one day maybe I'll do a video just on the flag and some of the precursors to this flag and who in Baltimore wrote the song about the flag, all of that. But today we'll just say that the blue field has the stars, and then they're the red and white stripes, and the 13 stripes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 stripes represent the 13 original colonies. And then on the blue field, should I count them? Might be a lot. I'll tell you what, we'll just do a count like this, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to count them. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Did I just skip one? 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. So the white stars represent the 50 states. And this flag basic design was designed in 1777. And with the exception of changing how many states are in the blue field, so how many stars go in here, it has pretty much remained the same since 1777. And this is called the Stars and Stripes. So that is the United States flag. You know what? I will hold this out. I will keep this out for one other thing. Boy, this flag, I can't even use it as an example because I can't flip it. I just realized. But when you hang a flag out, like if you hang a flag on your porch, I'm going to have to draw it. I don't think this will work. I'll draw it. Hold on. There are, rules around how you should care for a flag, how you should hang a flag, all that kind of stuff. And I don't have the dates here with me, but I believe they were written up in earlier for the government, but then put out to the general public, I think in like the 40s or something, that were pretty specific rules on how to care for a flag. But one thing I'll say, if you have like a flag that you're hanging flat like that, so like up against a wall at a office building or something like that, so where it's hanging, then the flag should always have the blue star part. I know I should just go with me here. Should be on this upper left corner. So, and you can hang it so it's, what's the word? It's solid up here, but it should always be flowing towards the bottom so the wind can floof it, even if it's against a wall. It shouldn't be stuck on all four corners. That's what I read. But the blue in the corner is like for sure. And then if you, there was something else with this. I forget what I was going to say. If you're hanging it flat like this. Oh, well, yeah. And so if you're hanging it this direction, the blue should always be up on this corner. And it should be hung like that and allowed to furl at the bottom. So there was somewhere I read, they were like, don't ever let the flag be held tight at all sides. That's not how the flag should ever be. It should be allowed to furl in the wind. I thought that was interesting because I've ever heard that part today. Okay. So put my flag back here. Later I'll show you how to fold a flag properly, hopefully. You guys who've watched my video on vintage shirts, I'm not the best at folding. Like, that's not. But I do keep my flag that way when it's out of use, because you're supposed to. So let's take a look. This one's actually really good. This is the How Scout book, and it's from 1969. And there's a section. Someday we'll just look through this because it's pretty fun. Actually, it's all graphic. It's like an old school graphic novel. I think it's got a lot of, I know there are things about the Scouts that are not great, but like my husband was, like I said, an Eagle Scout. I swear he learned more in Scouts than in school. He knows so many, useful things from the Scouts. Okay. Part 5 starts here. Our country's flag. And there's the flag. See how the blue is up on this side. So you never hang it anyway that the blue is not up there. Our flag has 13 stripes, 7 red ones and 6 white ones, and 50 white stars on the blue field. The stripes are for the 13 original states when our country was born. Each star is for one of the present 50 states. Okay, so 13 original states. I said colonies. And then they show some flags that were from, well, we'll see. Okay, for over 100 years, the Queen Anne flag flew over the New England colonies, which were governed by Britain. Queen Anne flag, look at that. When the Americans began raising troops to fight against the British, many of the units carried flags of their own design. Here are some of them. And they show some of the flags that the troops carried, which is pretty cool. What does this one say? Star-Spangled Banner. In 1814, when Francis Scott Key wrote our national song, that's the one in Baltimore, I was saying, The flag had its stars and 15 stripes for the then 15 states. 4 years later, the stripes were reduced to the present 13, and a star was added for each state as it joined the Union. Okay. The Old Glory flag, I saw one of these at an estate sale one time, was our first flag after declaring our independence. It had 13 stars on the blue field and 13 stripes for the 13 states. Okay, so that's not, well, we can do a history of the flag sometime. That's not really what we're doing. Okay, raising and lowering the flag. And this is about, here's attach the top and bottom of the flag to the rope with snap rings. Yeah. That's if you're raising it up and down a pole. But like you might have on, if you have a flag you hang at your house, a pole with a finial, and you just attach it in 2 spots so it's taut. And then make sure whenever you hang it, because this is a pet peeve of mine. Make sure when you hang it from your house that your flag, the thing you stick it in, what do you call that? I can't think of the word, but that it's at an angle so that your flag is hanging up, so that the blue field is higher than the rest of the flag. Because some people will hang it straight like that, and that's not how you're supposed to hang your American flag. It should be up, so this is at the top. That's all. Okay. So they're talking about the scouts raising the flag. I don't think most of us have to do that very often. Displaying the flag. The flag should be in front in a parade, or on the right side. When I was, I don't know, maybe 13, 14, my parents took me to the Episcopal Church in Michigan, and there was a parade in the town, a big parade, a fun parade. Like they did a parade for 1976. That was awesome. But this was in the 80s, I think. And I was an acolyte at that church, which is like a person who, helps with the pouring of the wine and the bread and everything, lights all the candles. It does all that kind of stuff. But anyway, so I was in charge of carrying the flag. And I don't know why, but the person who told me to carry the flag, I think there were 3 other flags behind me that were maybe the city, the church. I don't remember what the third would have been. The state? I guess the state. Anyway, and I had the U.S. flag. Maybe it was just the state, the church, and the U.S. flag. But he told me that I had to carry it like that. Or was it like that? I don't know. It was some like kind of military way to carry it. But I'm like a 13-year-old and I'm trying to carry this big flag, and it was so heavy. It was difficult. And I remember just like, I didn't want to mess it up. I took it very, very seriously. And it was a long walk. And you know how parades are. They like stop while the marching band plays and you're standing there waiting. But anyway, it was still an honor to be asked to carry the flag. Okay. Okay, and the American flag should always be flown above any other flags. So if you have a flagpole with like the American flag and a state flag, it should be below the American flag. And here's how to fold the flag. So we will try to do that later. Hopefully I'll be able to do it on camera and not do a poor job. Fold it lengthwise twice, then make triangular folds so that the blue field shows on both sides. Yep. What is this? Oh yeah, okay. On the wall, either hang it this way with the blue field to the upper left, or this way. So that we talked about that. Oh yeah, if crossed with another flag on the left as you look at it. Yeah. Yeah, so if you have it with one other flag, and this actually just came up recently. I forget why, but because I had said the American flag should always be higher up. But I guess if you have them crossed like that, then you could have whatever. If you want the state flag or whatever here, I don't know. Let's just pretend there's a flag. Okay. And then this one can be the U.S. flag. As I think they can be, well, that's a little, my drawing's not great, but they can be even if there are two of them, but it has to be on the left side. Let's see what else they say, because I thought it was supposed to be higher. When grouped with other flags, the United States flag is placed in the center. See, this is from when like I said, I was at the church, and they would have the flags even within the church sometimes. And I swear the U.S. flag, they told me it always had to be a little bit higher than the other ones. But they're not saying that here. Oh no, what does this say? The place of honor of our national flag is always to the right of the speaker. The show, is always to the right of the speaker, the show, the panel. Any other flags or banners are always to the left. Okay, yeah, I do remember that. Okay. Additional national flags are to the right of group displaying theirs. What? Additional national flags are to the right of the group displaying theirs. Any other flags are placed at the left. I'm reading this wrong. I don't know what they're saying there. I'll let you guys decipher that. Additional national flags are to the right of the group displaying theirs. Oh, this is all within the same room, so the U.S. flags, no, because these are U.S. flags. I'm just reading something wrong. I don't know. My brain's thinking about something else. All right, saluting the flag. In uniform, you give the scout salute. If not in uniform, place your right hand over your heart. You know, this is something, and not to sound like like old-fashioned or whatever, but like I went to the baseball game, and during the national anthem, I swear I was the only, my husband and I were like the only ones with our hand over our heart, and I thought that was unusual. I looked around, I'm like, what's happened here? I think people have gotten out of practice with that, maybe. I don't know. So if you're not in uniform, place your right hand over your heart. I don't know, maybe, I don't know. You salute when the flag is raised or lowered, or when it goes by you at a parade. And when you give the Pledge of Allegiance, says the kid. So that's for Boy Scouts. The flag is flown every day on public buildings from sunrise to sunset. You may fly it at home every day if you want to. You should fly it on holidays like Veterans Day, 4th of July, Labor Day. I think a lot of people do other holidays, New Year's Day, Thanksgiving. I fly mine almost any day that the weather is nice. I put my flag up. The flag may be taken down if there is a bad storm. Yeah, it says maybe. I thought you were supposed to take it down in bad weather. I mean, I always run out and grab mine. And I think if you don't have a light, if you don't have your flag illuminated, you shouldn't fly it at night. Yeah. And I can't decide if, the way my house is, I have like a 1950s house, which is part of why I fly the flag every day, because it looks really cute on my house. But the door is like this, and there's a porch light here and a porch light here. And my flag is here. And I do try to remember to take it down at night, but every now and then I leave it up. But I do always leave my porch lights on. So I can't decide if that's enough light to consider it illuminated, or is it supposed to have like a spotlight on it? I don't know. But it's pretty well lit, so I don't feel too bad about it if I leave it. All right. So there's the Boy Scout handbook, basic flag stuff. I don't know that I need to look through these because they're probably pretty close to the same. Oh, here's flag. Hold on. Nope. I thought I just saw it. Oh, there it is. Oh, they talk about, okay, we'll definitely do some of the other flags. Yeah, this will be interesting. They talk about all this. Flag code. You honor the flag and the nation for which it stands by paying it proper respect. To do this, scouts follow the flag code set by Congress. Yeah, the flag code. That's the one I think. And this is why, this is where all this comes from, is the flag code set by Congress. And I have a few more things that I wrote down. So, following is an interpretation of the parts of this code you should know. For a complete flag code, write to your congressman in Washington, D.C. In the following, whenever the word the flag are used, they mean the flag of the United States of America. Yeah. Look, a bugle is often used at flag ceremonies. Okay, when my boys were in Boy Scouts for a short time, they kind of stopped after a while, but there was their scout leader played the bugle, and it was awesome. I was with them at Boy Scout camp. It was like a week-long camp, and I went and helped out for about 4 days. And every morning at sunrise, that leader would get up and play. Is it revel? Oh my God, I can't say the word. Revelry. And then at night, I think he played taps. Would that be right? I don't know. But either way, it would like bring a tear to your eye. It was so beautiful. During a flag raising, only to the colors is played. Scouts salute during the playing. During a flag lowering, scouts stand at parade rest during the playing of retreat. I'd have to look up to the colors and retreat. Not sure. All right, so they're saying kind of all the same things. A place of honor. The flag should be flown in the place of honor. This is to the right of the person or group displaying the flag. If displayed flat, the flag may be displayed flat on a wall or to a speaker's right. The union is placed toward the place of honor. Crossed with another, hung with another. This, if you fly it upside down, that's a distress signal. The only time the flag is flown upside down is as a signal for help. Yeah, this is something I've been seeing, with people who don't like the political party in either direction. And that's, you know what? The first time I saw it, I actually almost went and knocked on the door because I was like, wait, do you need help? And then my son said no. But I don't think that's an appropriate use of the flag. I mean, unless you are actually in extreme distress. Okay, well, Pledge Allegiance, our national anthem. Yeah, this is all kind of interesting, isn't it? Okay, someday we'll look through that more. If you guys are interested, let me know. I know it's old. How old is this one? Obviously, these are old books. This is from 1976, but they do have a lot of interesting information. The 5-mile hike. I think that there was a time when President Kennedy, told the young American people that they should walk a 50-mile hike. I think this is right. And so my uncle had his dad drive him out 50 miles and drop him off so he could walk back home. And, back then there were no cell phones or anything. And oh gosh, somebody's car alarm's going off, sorry. And, back then he was probably in dress shoes. And I think he made it like halfway. And then some lady took him in and gave him dinner and let him spend the night there. I don't know. There was a whole story. I'll have to find out more about that. But, yeah. So that's on a side note. Okay. I think we're good with that. Let's get out our flag. And this flag is my personal flag. I love it because I love it for some reasons. But if you can see how that's the stars are all stitched on it, it's like a real legit flag. And then the stripes are, actual pieces, and they're sewn together. The only problem is I've flown it so much that it's really started to fade. It's not anywhere near as bright as it used to be, and that totally bums me out. But I don't want to buy like a cheaply made flag, so I'm kind of looking for a new one that's really nice. Yeah, but I think to get a really good one like that's stitched like this might be hard to find right now, which is great, or very expensive. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm in search of that. Anyway, but this is a good one. I think this one's from the 1950s, probably. Let's see, does it say anything? Quality. I might say collegiate flag products. I don't know. 3x5 Storm King, all cotton, which is probably why it's fading, because it's all cotton. Okay. So let me unfurl this. Shoot, I need more space. How am I gonna fold it? It's gonna show you guys how you fold it, but I almost need my camera backed up. Well, we'll just do it in little pieces. So one of the things, you should never let your flag touch the ground. See, this one's starting to get some little holes in it. Yeah, I guess it's time for me to get a new one. I don't know if I'll do a whole video now on half staff and half mast, but I have always called it, half mast. And I just today learned that apparently that's really just for nautical. That when you have a flag at halfway, it is called half staff. So that was interesting. But I'll probably do a video dealing with that a little bit more, because there were some other things about it that I thought were interesting. So yeah, basically this blue part, which they were calling the Union in the Boy Scout handbook, but the blue field with the stars should always be at the top left when hanging. Oh, you know what else I read? Hold on, let me grab this guy. So according to the flag, what did they call it? The Congress sent out a thing saying how you should do a flag. You can put a flag on the front right bumper of your car. And they said you could attach it to your antenna, but I think back then the antenna would have been here. Well, now antennas can be anywhere. So it seems like you could have a flag here, and that's probably mostly for parades. You'd have a flag, but they basically said only there. So I think if you have flags here and here and here, anywhere, technically, I don't think you're supposed to do that. On the car right front fender. That's what it says. Now, cars have changed. They don't have fenders, so I don't know. People put them here, I've seen. Maybe that's okay. I don't know. Anyway, what else did I read? I have a little note here. Oh, they said in that same, congressional thing about the flag, and this is interesting because it said the flag should not be used for advertising or embroidered on cushions, handkerchiefs, etc., and it shouldn't be worn. I thought that was interesting because you see the flag on all kinds of advertising and bathing suits. And so I don't, apparently not okay. And cushions, handkerchiefs. Oh my gosh. How many times do you see a flag on like a cushion for the July and stuff like that? They said what's okay is to use, hold on, let me is to use what's called bunting, which is like, oh no, I won't be able to try. I think this would be like red. Whoops. See, you guys, I know how to spell red. I just don't write correctly all the time. And then that would be white. And then that would be blue with stars. And then that would be white. And then that would be, I think, red, right? Yeah. So, and then you hang it. That really doesn't look like bunting. But you guys can picture it, right? You hang it under, like, here's your porch and they hang. Oh my goodness. That doesn't look like it, but if you know what I'm talking about, they're like flags that are like on. Anyway, that's an okay use. You can use the stars and stripes, but you shouldn't use like a flag. So maybe that's the difference. If it's on clothing and it's not the flag, but like stars and stripes, it's okay. I think so. Anyway, okay. So should we fold this, or was there anything else? Shouldn't touch things beneath it. What did I call it? Did I call it bunting? I think that's what it's called. I don't know if I said that, but all right. So to fold it, I do need more space, but I'm going to try to do it here. First, you fold it like corner to corner. So you get a fold like that. Oh, this is going to be tricky to do in this space. All right, but we'll get it done. Once we get it a little bit smaller, it'll be fine. And once you have it folded, that's how you store it. And you're supposed to keep it in like a dry place. And don't ever like fold your flag if it's wet or damp, or it'll end up getting mildew and it'll be gross. So I have like a line in the basement that I hang it on if it ever does get wet. Anytime before I fold it, just to make sure it's fully dried out before I fold it, because I do take care of this flag. I love it very much. Okay. All right, so you do, that's a half. So you folded it in half. And now you fold it in half again so that you're seeing the blue stars and stripes. Go all the way down here. This might not be my best fold because I can't do it flat on the surface. Okay, so now you have it folded like in half and then half again. Okay, makes sense. All right, and then I want to flip it actually this direction, I think. I have too much red showing up here, but okay. All right, and then you go down to the end where the stripes are. And I don't know if it matters which direction you do this in. I actually don't know. I'm sure that probably people who are in the service who know how to do this properly might, and I'm sure they've been trained. I have not. I've looked at the Boy Scout handbook. Here, I'll show you where I learned everything I know. Everything I know I learned right here. So I'm sure there's probably, more, what's the word I'm looking for? Official ways to do it. Okay, so you give it a fold up, fold the corner up, and then fold it this way. And then this way. And it's kind of tricky because this flag's got a lot of material, so you want to try to keep it kind of taut, as small as you can too. That way. And this way. See, I'm already getting like too big here. This way. Oh no, that doesn't look right at all. What happened? I don't like the way this is heading right now. I don't know when I got off. Oh, maybe it'll be okay. All right. And then this. Something went wrong. And then Something's not right. Well, see, then I think usually I don't have this much extra here. And then you can kind of tuck that in to there. And then you have a little, but you shouldn't have any red showing. So something's not quite right. Hold on. Let's do it like that. And then tuck this in. See, they don't say you can tuck it in. So maybe that's not right. But I do it just because it makes it good for storing it. So then you have your all blue should be showing like that. And there's your little flag pocket you can store in a dry spot. You know, I think part of why I hang my flag to this day all the time is my dad would always, it was a big deal, like whenever there was a holiday, or I guess mostly on holidays, like all the holidays, you know, he would take out the flag and we'd all go out and all us kids would go out there, and you had to go behind a bush and get the ladder to put it on the side of the house. Like on our house, it was, as I recall, of course it's been 40 years, but my memory is our house had a door here, with, you know, a porch and steps, and there was a window here and a window here, and the flagpole was kind of up here. So and there was a big bush. So you had to go behind the bush and get out the ladder to hang the flag. So it was always kind of a big occasion. And, you know, and we would like either say the Pledge of Allegiance or sing a national anthem or whatever. And it was sort of a fun occasion. So for me, it's like a very nostalgia, but also patriotic thing. And yeah. So I like hanging my flag. Mine's a lot easier to hang and take down. It's right outside my door. I can just grab it. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I just think that the flag is for you and for me. I mean, really, it's everybody's flag, and we should be proud of our country. And that is not a elitist thing to say, but we live in a great country, and we should have pride in it and hang our flags. Actually, that makes me think of something. Hold on, let me just. So that's the San Francisco cheerleaders. This is from I don't know, some U.S. Gov. I don't know. It says the U.S. flag stands for our nation and shared history, pride, principles, and commitment of its people. When we properly display this powerful symbol, we signal our respect for everything it represents. And I think that's true. And, you know, I think a lot of us have been through things with this country. Like for me, I think 9/11 was a big one. And for older people, you know, wars, the Vietnam War, the Korean War, the Gulf conflicts, all those things, the Gulf War, I guess, actually, have led us to have a lot of respect for the flag. And I hope that younger generations don't have to go through something horrible to feel the kind of spirit, national spirit. And I don't want to call it national, just pride in your country, you know. Anyway, the flag can be flown every day, but it's often flown to show patriotism on these observances: New Year's Day, Memorial Day, Constitution Day, Inauguration Day, Flag Day, Columbus Day, Lincoln's birthday, Independence Day, Navy Day, Washington's birthday, Armed Forces Day, Labor Day, Patriot Day, Veterans Day, Navy Day, Columbus Day, Thanksgiving Day, and Christmas Day. I don't even think we call it that anymore. When displaying the flag from your porch, place the Union, the blue section, at the peak of the staff. Against a wall or on a window, place the Union at the top left corner. On your vehicle, clamp the staff to the right front fender. Oh, yeah, they say that. With another flag, place the U.S. flag to your left when crossed. Keep your flag completely dry and folded properly into a triangle with the Union blue section visible before storing it in a well-ventilated area. If the flag is damaged or worn out, it should be disposed of with dignity. Oh, yeah, okay, we'll talk about that. The flag should not touch anything below it or rest on the ground. Disposed of with dignity. That is something that when my boys were in Boy Scouts, they actually, they did that. What they do, and I don't remember, my boys didn't end up going to the event, so I'm not sure, but I remember reading the email about it, and they said that people in the community could bring their flags, and the Boy Scouts would fold them into the triangles, I think, and then they burn them. And that's how you dispose of a flag. So you don't just toss it. Obviously, that would be terrible. But anyway, so I thought that was interesting. But look at this one. Look, see how it's all stitched? How do I find another flag as good as this? I wish there was a way to resurrect the color. This flag has meaning to me. Anyway, that's what I get for flying it too much. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Maybe learned a little something about the flag. All right. I'm trying to think. Oh, I know what else. Hold on. We can't possibly end this without a little glance at our Book of Cultural Literacy. Let's see. Let's look up. Whoops. Yeah. Probably be under the Stars and Stripes. The Stars and Stripes Forever in 188. The Stars and Stripes. Okay. The Stars and Stripes, the national flag of the United States. Its 50 stars represent the 50 states. Its 13 stripes represent the 13 colonies. So interesting. We read the colonies in the first 13 states, but I guess they're the same thing. So. The Stars and Stripes Forever. One of the most popular marches by John Philip Sousa. The piccolo part is especially elaborate. Okay, about that song and songs like it. I love those songs. Is that the one that goes... I think so. See, there is a 4th of July, fireworks display in our town. That's pretty good, but there is none of the music like that. And I want that kind of music. I think it's so fun. I don't know. I guess that's from growing up in the 1970s when the bicentennial was happening. The flag was everywhere. You'd hear all these old, marching band type songs. It was fun. Anyway, so there you go. I hope that nobody takes this to mean I stand for any particular political party, because the flag is completely non-political. This flag is for every American to fly with pride. So I just want you to know that. All right, guys.